you see them?
All the time.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most incredible movie performances by child actors that completely upstaged their more seasoned co-stars.
I still want you to come.
Let's see.
I have to go now.
Number 10, Roman Griffin Davis, Jojo Rabbit. Roman Griffin Davis was only 11 when he landed the lead in Taika Waititi's World War II satire, Jojo Rabbit. Davis played Jojo Betzler, a young Nazi enthusiast whose worldview completely unravels after he discovers that his mother is secretly sheltering a Jewish girl.
You can't be here.
Well, your mother invited me, so I suppose that makes me her guest.
Not allowed.
Well, what will you do, sweet Hitlerchen?
Although he was born into a family of filmmakers, this was Davis's acting debut, and he was surrounded by an army, no pun intended, of acclaimed talent. Not only was his mother played by Oscar-nominated actor Scarlett Johansson, he also appeared alongside Sam Rockwell, Stephen Merchant, and Waititi himself.
Man, that was a complete bust. Mind explaining that?
She's not. She doesn't seem like a bad person.
Yet it was Davis who commanded everyone's attention, delivering a performance so subtly powerful it made his experienced co-stars look like they were the ones just making their debut.
And the sooner we have peace, the better.
Oh, the war will end. We will crush our enemies into dust, and when they are destroyed, we shall use their graves as toilets.
Okay, no more politics.
Number 9, Hailee Steinfeld, True Grit. The Coen brothers' True Grit follows 14-year-old Mattie Ross, a fiercely determined young girl who hires a gruff bounty hunter to avenge her father's death.
I'm looking for the man who shot and killed my father, Frank Ross, in front of the Monarch boarding house. The man's name is Tom Chaney. They say he's over in Indian Territory, and I need somebody to go after him.
Then newcomer Hailee Steinfeld played Mattie Ross, and for the better part of the film, she appears opposite Jeff Bridges, the veteran actor who was just coming off of an Oscar win for 2009's Crazy Heart. Nevertheless, you just couldn't take your eyes off Steinfeld. The then 13-year-old actor brought such an unwavering intensity to the role that cut through the bravado of her co-stars with clarity and conviction.
There's a posse of officers up there who will force you to go.
Well, that is interesting news. And how many is up there?
Right around 50. And they're all well armed and they mean business.
The rapid-fire dialogue rolled off of her tongue, and her deadpan humour felt completely natural, never forced. In a film brimming with grit, hers was undoubtedly the truest of all.
The saddle is not for sale. I will keep it. Lawyer Daggett will prove ownership of the gray horse. He will come after you with a writ of replevin.
A what?
Writ of
All right,
replevin.
now listen very carefully, as I will not bargain further.
Number 8, Kirsten Dunst, Interview with the Vampire. Kirsten Dunst was the first actress producers considered for the role of Claudia in Interview with the Vampire. But even after auditioning thousands, they just kept coming back to her. And it's easy to see why.
You dress me like a doll. You make my hair like a doll. Why?
Some of these, Claudia, are so old. Tattered.
At just 11, she had to portray a young girl turned into a vampire by Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. The pressure of acting opposite such big names would overwhelm most, but Dunst held her ground like a seasoned pro.
I had a mother once, and Louis, he had a wife. He was mortal, the same as she, and so was I.
Claudia!
You made us what we are, didn't you?
In every scene, she navigates the confusion and torment of a child trapped in an immortal body with ease. It's a role that you would think demands experience, but Dunst's portrayal proves that true talent isn't limited by age. Unsurprisingly, she was the only cast member nominated for a Golden Globe.
We forgive each other then?
Yes.
Number 7, Natalie Portman, Léon, The Professional. When an actor delivers a career-defining performance, it's usually years into said career. However, Natalie Portman achieved this in her film debut.
Because they killed my brother. What the hell did he do? He's 4 years old. He never used to cry. Just used to sit next to me and cuddle.
In Léon the Professional, Portman plays a 12-year-old girl who forms an unlikely bond with a hitman while fleeing from a corrupt DEA agent. The adult actors in the film deliver wildly different performances. Jean Reno's hitman is stoic and measured, while Gary Oldman's villain is a chaotic mess.
Manny? Bring me everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
Everyone!
Yet neither could overshadow Portman, who portrayed Matilda with a versatile range of emotions, all delivered with a natural ease. For any actor, this would be impressive, but for someone so young, it was extraordinary. And as we all know, it was just the beginning of the powerhouse career Portman has since built.
What you doing?
We said no women, no kids. Who do you think this is gonna kill, donkeys and monkeys?
Number 6, Shirley Temple, Bright Eyes.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the airport.
Jump in, I'll give you a lift.
Thanks, mister, but I'll have to get a faster car. I'm in a hurry.
While the other child actors on this list certainly delivered memorable performances, this was one of the few who single-handedly drew audiences to the box office. After breaking out at just 3 years old, Shirley Temple solidified herself as Hollywood's #1 box office draw with her performance in 1934's Bright Eyes.
Cracker Jack danced, fell the air, and there you are. Happy landing on a chocolate bar.
As Shirley Blake, a spirited orphan who brings light and joy to everyone she meets, Temple effortlessly stole the spotlight. No matter how hard they tried, the more experienced adult actors like James Dunn and Lois Wilson were simply no match for Temple's infectious charm and stage presence. It was that magnetic energy that connected with audiences and had them flocking to the theatres just to see her.
And we're together, and tomorrow's Christmas, and everything.
And it'll be a Merry Christmas, won't it? The merriest we've ever had.
Very, very merriest.
Number 5, Abigail Breslin, Little Miss Sunshine.
Well, they just called right now and said that the girl who won had to forfeit her crown. I don't know why, something about diet pills, but anyway, now she has a place in the state contest in Redondo Beach.
At the time of its release in 2006, the cast of Little Miss Sunshine weren't exactly A-list actors. However, most of them had decades of acting experience with several Academy Award nominations to their names. Yet, the one person who completely stole the show was 10-year-old Abigail Breslin.
Can I get the waffles and I have a question. What does alamodi mean?
Oh, that means it comes with ice cream.
Okay, alamodi.
Playing a quirky little girl with big dreams of winning a beauty pageant, Breslin brought a sweet, unfiltered honesty that became the film's beating heart. Even her adult co-stars Greg Kinnear and Alan Arkin were floored by her drive and work ethic at such a tender age.
I don't want to be a loser.
You're not a loser. Where'd you get the idea you're a loser?
Because Dad hates losers.
Although the Oscar she was nominated for ultimately went to someone else, there's no doubt that Breslin lived up to the film's title by shining the brightest in every single scene. Number 4, Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone. Granted, Macaulay Culkin wasn't a total rookie when he landed the role of Kevin McAllister in Home Alone, but compared to his veteran co-stars Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, who played burglars Harry and Marv, he was still the kid on set.
What are you gonna do to him, Harry?
I'll do exactly what he did to us. And I'll burn his head with a blowtorch.
And smash his face with an iron!
And yet, for a film packed with such heavy-handed slapstick comedy, Culkin somehow avoids turning Kevin into a cartoon. He delivers his lines with a cool, almost suspiciously grown-up confidence, and has a comedic timing that is clearly beyond his years.
I'm up here, you morons! Come and get me! You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
Even when things veer into the absurd, Culkin remains grounded and never loses that wide-eyed charm. In doing so, he not only makes the audience root for him, but he makes it abundantly clear that this is his film and no one else's.
I went shopping yesterday.
You shopping?
I got the milk, eggs, and fabric softener.
Number 3, Saoirse Ronan, Atonement. It certainly speaks volumes when a 12-year-old steps onto the set with the likes of James McAvoy, Keira Knightley, and Vanessa Redgrave, and ends up being the only one nominated for an Oscar. But that's exactly what Saoirse Ronan pulled off.
Now, Bryony, what's your play about?
Well, it's about how love is all very well, but you have to be sensible.
In Atonement, Ronan played 13-year-old Bryony Tallis, whose misguided take on a private moment between her sister and the housekeeper's son sets off a chain of devastating consequences. Although it was one of her first ever roles, Ronan delivered a performance so chilling and precise, she practically hijacked the film from her adult co-stars.
Yes, I did. I saw him.
With your own eyes?
Yes, I saw him. I saw him with my own eyes.
With just an icy stare, she said more than pages of dialogue ever could. Even after her character aged out and she was replaced, Ronan's presence still haunted every frame.
All you have to do is show them the letter. You won't tell anyone, will you? Promise. I promise. Good. If he found out, there's no knowing what he might do.
Number 2, Haley Joel Osment. The Sixth Sense. Bruce Willis isn't exactly the kind of actor who fades into the background, especially in his heyday. But opposite Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense, he had no choice.
I see dead people.
In your dreams?
Osment starred in the film as Cole Sear, a young boy cursed with the ability to see the dead. Every whispered line, wide-eyed stare, and trembling pause was delivered with a complexity that you'd never expect from an 11-year-old. But Osment had it in abundance.
It's for you. She wanted to tell you something.
In scene after scene, opposite actors with far more credits than he had years, Osment was magnetic, and he didn't have to do too much to pull viewers in. Somehow, this pint-sized actor managed to carry the weight of the film on his small shoulders, and he made it look effortless.
Well, that's very wrong. Grandma's gone, you know that.
I know. She wanted me to tell you.
Oh, please
She wanted me to tell you she saw you dance.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Linda Blair, The Exorcist. A chilling performance that blew everyone out of the water.
You really don't want me to play, huh?
No, I do. Captain Howdy said no.
Captain who?
Captain Howdy.
Who's Captain Howdy?
You know, I make the questions and he does the answers.
Mara Wilson, Matilda. Wilson's quiet charm ends up doing all the talking.
I love it here. I love my school. It isn't fair. Miss Honey, please don't let them
Get in the car, Melinda.
Matilda.
Whatever.
I wanted to stay with Miss Honey.
Miss Honey doesn't want you. Why would she want some snotty, disobedient kid?
Jacob Tremblay, Room. Brie Larson was phenomenal, but we'd argue Tremblay was the scene stealer here.
I don't get it.
I'm gonna make your face so hot that old Nick will have to take you to the hospital in his truck, and then when you get there, you're gonna say to the doctors, "Help! Police!"
Well, maybe next year when I'm 6.
Tonight.
Daphne Keane, Logan. Keane's seasoned co-stars were no match for her feral performance.
Jonah, Gideon, Rebecca, Delilah.
Who's that?
Victor.
Who is that?
Jonah, Gideon.
Who is that?
Jonah, Gideon, Rebecca, Delilah, and Victor. North Dakota.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Anna Paquin, The Piano.
At the same moment my father was struck dead, my mother was struck dumb. She never spoke another word.
Jane Campion's The Piano tells the story of a non-verbal woman who communicates only through her young daughter. Considering the film featured heavyweights like Holly Hunter, Harvey Keitel, and Sam Neill, it would seem nearly impossible for a child actor with no prior experience to steal the show. But that's precisely what Anna Paquin did.
Where's your mother? Where's she gone?
Paquin was a constant presence in the film, delivering more lines than anyone else and sharing scenes with all those seasoned names. And every time, it felt like she was showing them how it's done. Of course, the other actors were impressive, but Paquin's unexpected powerhouse of a performance was simply impossible to look away from.
Mother wanted me to give this to Mr. Baines. I thought maybe it was not the proper thing to do. Shall I open it?
No. Give it to me.
It's no wonder she took home the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. What other scene-stealing child stars did we miss? Let us know in the comments below.
Yes. I killed them, unfortunately. But it keeps the blood warm.